Welcome back to The Inspired Entrepreneur with Heather Hope. Hey everyone, welcome back. Happy Saturday. How are you doing? This is Heather Hope with The Inspired Entrepreneur, and I'm recording this Friday night, last night for you guys. Okay, where are we in this book? If you haven't picked up your copy, the link is in the comments somewhere, in the description somewhere. Pick up your copy and let's just jump into it because I am kind of tired. So I need to go to bed. Okay, so November 28th. The manifestation of what you're focused upon the most will happen. Keep your focus on what you want most. Keep your thoughts there. This is really helpful for me right now. There's so much going on. Okay, so the manifestation of what you're focused upon the most will happen. So whatever you're focused on the most will happen. So it's just a check-in of what are you focusing on? This is something that can easily be a daily reminder. And the other thing, the thing is you can take any of these daily messages and use them as like everyday message. And this could be one of them. Keep your focus on what you want most. Keep your thoughts there. That is really important because, especially when we go through step one moments of contrast, right? When something is, doesn't go the way that you had planned for it and you're like, what the heck? You just don't know yet. Abraham's like, you're taking score too soon. Get into the attitude of, you know what? It's just too soon. It's too soon. It's just, I don't know. Basically, I don't know. Yeah, something fell through for me today. And I was, let's see, I was pissed. Let's just say that. I went through lots of stages of, I could say grief almost, but not, it wasn't grief, but it was like the first thing I was pissed off that I got this thing in the mail and I just threw it on the ground. I was so mad because I had been waiting for something for weeks. And so anyway, so I went through all these stages of all kinds of emotions. And so I had to look up, Abraham with about disappointment. And so it kind of goes with, I very quickly I got myself into the attitude of, okay, taking score too soon. So I was just like, oh, then December is going to be a really amazing month because it has to be. That's what I got to that place pretty quickly because I know what holds us back is when we have that disappointing moment and we dwell in it or we just really give up. A lot of times we give up, right? A lot of people will give up after, kind of a major disappointment in their eyes. You know what I mean? And so the message is keep focused on what you want and stay hopeful, at the very least hopeful, and possibly get to the point of getting excited of what is actually going to happen. Like it's like kind of like a suspense movie or a suspense book or something of like the story isn't over, something else is coming. Like now I'm intrigued. You know what I mean? Like it might be so much, it's probably most likely so much better than what I had planned, right? Because the universe has so much more than we can even imagine. So our limited frame of mind is just that. It's limited. So we have to trust that the universe is delivering more than what we thought was possible. And stay in that vibration of, continue being, feeling appreciative of everything around you, everything that you love and appreciate them. if you need to, stay off the subject of any kind of disappointment. So the manifestation of what you're focused upon the most will happen. So what are you focused upon? Basically, that's just something as a daily reminder, like throughout the day, because sometimes our mind, our eyes, our ears wander somewhere else. And then, we take score too soon. And, you know, so today or yesterday, I had this thought. I've mentioned that I'm on Weight Watchers, and I started about 6 weeks ago. Today was supposed to be my weigh-in. Oh, it's probably been 7 weeks, and I have not weighed myself in 5 weeks. And today, um, I think I decided just not to weigh myself for a very long time because of how I'm feeling. So the thing is, I don't want to take score with a number that does not matter at all. Like the number on the scale doesn't matter. It's how you feel. How you feel is what matters. I feel amazing. I see the results. I look in the mirror every day and I am so happy with my results that if I step on the scale and the scale says something different than I think it might, you know what I mean? That scale, because the last time I weighed myself over the course of like 3 days because it was like up and down a pound or two. And I'm like, what the hell? And it wasn't as fast as it was before, in the past. And I was just kind of discouraged. And I know that the mind games that can go on with looking at the scale. And I know what Abraham says about weight loss and the scale. They said they would not weigh themselves very often, if at all. And I'm really taking that to heart because of how I feel. I feel absolutely incredible. And I'm seeing the results in the mirror. And I love what I eat. And I'm just incredibly satisfied with everything. I don't eat all my points. Rarely, if you know Weight Watchers at all, you get daily points, but you also get weekly points and you get exercise points. And I have yet to touch my weekly points at all for 7 weeks. Nothing. I don't touch them because I rarely ever eat my daily points. I'm eating enough. I feel really satisfied. I feel really good. And, I'm within the range that they recommend eating. And I don't want to do something that is unnecessary that I may have an issue with knowing myself. Maybe I would be surprised. Maybe I would be like super happy, like, oh my God, I lost more than I thought. I have no idea, but I'm not going there. You know what I mean? I'm not going to even do that. And the whole thing with points, like you lose your points as you lose weight. And so I'm looking into that. And, like I said, I don't eat my weeklies. I think I think 2 or 3 times in 7 weeks, I've eaten all my daily points. I did yesterday, I think, for my Thanksgiving egg rolls, but that was it. And I eat a Three Musketeers almost every night as my pleasure, not my guilty pleasure, because I feel really happy. It's not, I've developed a really better relationship with food. One thing is because I've gotten my mind off of it a lot. But I've been working on getting rid of the classification of good and bad, unhealthy and healthy, because I understand what Abraham says about it just depends on how you feel about the food, like what your beliefs are about the food that you're eating, right? So I've been working on that and really feeling good about the things I eat and picking things that I feel good about eating. So, and getting rid of the whole good and bad. Because if you think a food is bad and you eat it, it's not going to process the same as a food that you believe is healthy. So anyway, enough about all that. But I'm just saying, don't take score too soon. Don't do things, don't do things that could throw you off. Focus on what you want the most. I want to feel good. I want to feel happy. I want to have a really great relationship with food. I want to feel skinny. I want, all these things. That's all that matters. And I'm feeling that way. So that's it. Okay. So keep your focus on what you want most. Keep your thoughts there. Just keep your thoughts on what you want and where you're going. Okay, guys. Have a really great rest of your Saturday, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye bye.